What's up, Canfield Nation? Steve Leslie, YSNLive.com, another player profile. Sponsored by Cocca's Pizza here at Cocca's on a Wednesday night. Glad to be joined by Dom Marzano. Dom, thanks for joining us. We talked off air. You're not going to look over to your right to Brock and Nicolo, so eyes on Mr. Cocca. No, first of all, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's jump in. The Marzano family. Talk about your family a little bit and what they mean to Dom Marzano in this senior football season.
I'm a very big family person. I know my family's been in the Canfield area. My dad went to Canfield.
Okay.
My uncles went there. My brother was a Canfield football player, and I really try to live up to that name and try to live up to what my family taught me. My mom's a really big supporter of me. She always helped me out, making me anything I want, food, cleaning my clothes.
That's what moms do. Absolutely. That's what mom do. So shout out to the Marzano family. Shout out to mom for taking care of all your close siblings. Do you have any siblings?
I have a brother and a sister.
Okay. How old's the brother and sister?
My brother's 22 and my sister's 24.
Okay. So you're the young pup of the family.
Right.
Do you get that special treatment as being the youngest in the family now? Or
I think I do a little bit, maybe just a little bit.
All right,
I know my siblings may say a lot of it, but
your siblings are going to say a lot of it. Dom gets whatever Dom wants because it's part of being young.
Yeah, it is.
Senior year, special group of players that you play with, talented team, lots of goals, I'm sure. Talk about the senior group a little bit.
We have a really big senior class, and I think that means a lot to us because I think everybody usually joins 7th, 8th grade, but they usually go out, they fade away. But I think we have such a strong group that everybody just kind of sticks together. We're really close with each other, and we have a good bond with each other.
Closeness on and off the field, I'm sure. I want to say, what is it, got 28 seniors?
Yeah, I think it's 28.
We're going to be here for like 6 months. 3 at a time, that's – yeah, we're going to get to the state semis or the state finals so we can get 28. How important, I guess, for you guys is stuff on a football field and in practice, that's great. But the bonds that you have after practice, at school, after games has to be special.
It's almost just as important as on the field. You know, we try to do as much to have our backs no matter what.
Okay, so last 2 years you have phenomenal years. Team called Chardon. Tired of hearing about them. We'll get into that later. But I'm going to ask you. You played Chardon last year in the playoffs. Great football game, no doubt. I want to ask you where you're at. You get on the bus to head back to Canfield. You now have become a senior. What's Dom Marzano thinking about heading back to Canfield? This is going to be my senior year and my last shot.
I'm thinking of everything that I could do. Every little thing from the moment I wake up to when I go to bed. I'm trying to do everything I can on the off season, working out, studying, watching film. So I'm just trying to make myself the best person that I could be for the football team so that I could improve my team and we could get back to where we want to be.
Sure. That's a great answer. All right, so I'm going to ask you this. I do my work and check around. You're one of the – I don't want to say tough guys because everybody on – you're one of the hard-nosed guys. You're going to come up and lay the hammer on somebody. You're going to try to make a big hit, a big stick. That's what you're known for. That has to be special for you to have that label.
Yeah,
is it?
It really is. It's a big pride of mine.
That should be a great pride.
I like that people – I want to be humble about it.
No, we're on – player profile Canfield at Cocca's. This is your time. You should be proud of that. See, in our era of 80s and 90s, Steve, that would be considered a goofball, a hard-hitting, just a goofy. I don't see that in you, but I see him wanting to come up and lay the hammer. You should not be humble with that. That's a great label to have to be a leader of a good defense. Right. So let's jump in on that. How good can his defense be?
Oh, we could be really good. Obviously, missing Nicolo is going to be a big piece. But
sure.
We're going to try to work around that, and I think that we have the opportunity to be a really good defense.
With Dom Marzano, player profile, Cocca's Pizza, let's go into Nicolo a little bit. When you get that news as one of his best friends and somebody that he's with all the time, that hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts not only him, but I always believe that it hurts teammates even more. How did that affect you?
It's just I mean, seeing him on the field, there was nothing but I was hoping that he was going to get
Sure.
better, hoping that it was something that wasn't too serious of an injury. But when he texted me that day when I was asking him how the MRI went, and he told me that he tore his ACL, I mean, that was very sad.
Sure.
So
very disappointing, but he'll
very
come back
disappointing.
bigger and better than ever. So
Right.
for you guys as seniors, what do you try to bring to him now during a tough time? That's what teammates and best friends are for. What's
nothing but support. Anything that he needs, anything that he could, just having him around and making sure that his mind's not on just being alone.
Sure. Never
thinking
alone.
about the bad things.
Nope.
Just trying to be there for him, like have his back, just like what I said.
Great answer. Let's talk offense. So for you, like offense or defense, do you like running through somebody on a tackle, or do you like running over somebody as a running back?
Most of the time when I get the ball,
are like second and shorts, third and threes? That's what you're telling me?
It's usually shorter. I'm more of a blocking fullback, I would say.
That's a good answer because Brock, I don't remember how many touchdowns he had. You had to be leading the way for him. You have to take pride in that. This Canfield offense, how good can this offense? Have we seen how good this offense could be after 1 week, or is it going to be even better by the end of the year?
I think always that we have a lot of room to get better. So I think that we could potentially be a lot better of what we are week 1 to week 10.
Sure. I asked Nicolo, I want to ask you, week 1 to week 2, great teams make big improvements. I put you in great teams. Where do you want to see this team improve the most?
I'd like to see our defense improve a little bit more. I think last week we just had a tough week getting calls and everything just like that. And I think that we should just improve on that, work on that a lot more, and just be ready for the next week.
Go into last week a little bit. The Shields is a really good quarterback. That's a pretty good offense that you went against that you don't see a whole lot.
Right.
The environment. Talk about how great was that environment? And to play a quarterback like that, and yes, Brock and the Shields got the headlines, but there's also 2 teams with some talented people. How special was that game in an opener?
It was a fantastic game. Great environment from start to finish. It was a great game ever since we started off. I mean, they scored. We were going back and forth almost all game. The environment around when we were doing the pregame speech that Coach Pav always gives, I was just pumped up. Senior year, my last year doing it, my first game as a high school football player. It was something else.
No quit. Let's go Coach Pav. Has a lot of time at Canfield High School, spends a lot of time with kids, raves about this football team, raves about this group of seniors. How important is Coach Pav and his great staff to this football team?
Oh, we have a great staff. I think that we have probably one of the best staffs in Ohio. I really thank a lot of the staff for teaching me and bringing me up, because when I was a sophomore, I think I'm a much more of a better football player than when I was what I am now
as a senior. That's a great answer. With Dom Marzano, player profile from Cocca's Pizza. Can't thank Steve Cocca enough for all they do every Wednesday night. Canfield Nation, come on out. We're going to go Dom Marzano rapid fire like we did with Nicolo. No wrong answer.
Right.
And I'm going to hope that you don't give me some of the answers that he gave me, but we'll just leave that for another time. Right. I got to go again. Favorite color Gatorade?
I'm going the yellow Gatorade.
Okay, you're not on the dark green.
No, I like the dark green. I like the dark green.
Okay, but you want to go a little more on your own and give an answer. That's good.
A little bit on my own.
Okay. Favorite college football team?
I got to go with the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Okay, I could live with that one. Yep. Now here's where it gets a little crucial. Favorite pro football team?
Cleveland Browns all the way.
Okay. See, you're one of my guys that – now, what's your thoughts there? I don't know what to expect, I guess.
I mean, with the Cleveland Browns, you never know what to expect.
Well,
but I'm really
how old are you, 17?
Yeah, I'm
okay,
18,
so I'm 55, and I still don't know what to expect from the Cleveland Browns. All right, you're going to Bellevue. You got a pretty long ride, so there's a lot of music, I'm sure, on the ride. Pregame starts. What's Dom Marzano listen to that gets you geeked up? This could be, folks, a very good answer.
I actually like to keep myself a little bit calm. I listen to classical music before a game.
Wow. That's a very good answer. Now, does that calm you down, or does it?
It does. It calms me down.
I want to say like a meditation.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's good for the brain just to get mentally focused for the game. The calm before the storm.
I like it. I'm going to start listening to some classical music. You may have to hook me up with some.
Beethoven.
Beethoven?
Yeah.
Okay, we can go Beethoven. All right, senior year. School just started.
Yep.
Hopefully a little time off for the Canfield crew for the fair next week.
Oh, yeah.
Your favorite class you've had at Canfield and a favorite teacher you want to give a shout out to?
Favorite class at Canfield's probably wood shop.
Okay.
I like doing all that wood stuff.
Hands
and,
on, that's good. Any teacher you want to shout out? This is a big chance.
Any teacher I want to shout out? I don't got one off the top of my head.
That's all right. Okay, so how about like Canfield student body? They're crazy. Shout out somebody in the Canfield student section that you know has your guys' backs on Friday night.
I'd like to say Zach Harris.
Zach
Harris is a big supporter of the Canfield Cardinals. He's usually leading the student section.
Okay, Zach, that's for you, bro. And that's big. How important is that? When you go back and we go into the COVID years and parents were only could come and no bands and how special is game night for you guys to hear the Canfield band, to hear the cheerleaders, to hear the student body? Do you hear that, I guess, when you're playing?
I really do, and I try to during the games. It's hard to focus on that stuff and try to live that moment because you're so focused on what everybody's doing. But if you take a moment and just feel that moment and feel the band and feel everybody cheering for you, it's something else, and it's a completely different feeling from anything else that I've had. All
right, with Dom Marzano, player profile from Cocca's Pizza. We talk about role models all the time. I've known your family, great family. When things are down and out for Dom Marzano, who's that person you go to lean on heavily when you need it the most?
I'd go probably my parents.
Okay.
My parents, they support me in a lot of ways, and they give me a lot of advice to get me to the next level. And I try to work as hard as I possibly can to fulfill what they've taught me and to be the person that they've brought me up to be.
Well, my man, you're doing a good job. Shout out to your parents. They're doing a great job too. Last one, senior year. How do you want this football season to end?
I mean, I have a definite state championship answer. That should be everybody.
And see, I agree with you. And I'll say this: there's teams that can talk wanting to get to the states. There's teams that talk about winning the state championships. Right. I believe this group is talented and coached well enough to win a state championship. And I hope for Canfield and the Canfield community that happens. There's not a better group of young men and coaches that represent this area so well. So, Dom, thanks for joining us. Wish you the best of luck. I'm going to check into this Beethoven stuff and try to get some relaxing stuff. Go have a nice bus trip. Go get win number 2, and we'll talk to you again.
Thank you.
All righty.